Hello all and welcome to Duplicate Success International Monday Night Webinar. Today is Monday, January 9th. My name is Randy Crebs, Executive Goal Director from Salt Lake City, Utah. I have the distinct honor of introducing the host of tonight's webinar. He is a very well-respected business leader and mentor in this industry. You'll definitely want to have your pen and paper out, sitting up, paying attention, and taking notes as you learn how this industry expert continues to build his business successfully. He has achieved the rank of Emerald Director within our company. He is the co-founder of Duplicate Success International. He is an amazing leader, mentor, and most importantly, I'm very proud to call him my son. Jared, are you on the line?
I am, Dad. Thank you so much for the great introduction. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to tonight's webinar. We have some really exciting announcements for you. We have some really great content prepared for you to help you build your business. I want to welcome all the people that are on this webinar for the very first time. I want to applaud you for investing in yourself, investing in your health, and also investing in your personal growth and development, because really that's where it's at. Me and my wife have been with USANA for over 11 years. We're located in San Antonio, Texas, and it's been the best decision we could have ever made financially, physically, health-wise. It's just been a great experience. It hasn't always been easy, and we're going to basically equip you tonight how to handle those challenges so you can be successful in your business as well. So we want to start off by reminding you of our team DMO. DMO stands for Daily Method of Operation. And if you do these three things, you're going to be successful in your business. Number one, use the products every day, AM and PM. Be a product of the product. Number two, do your 2-2-2 for the day. Get 2 new presentation videos out, 2 follow-ups with prospects on the fence, and 2 calls to existing team members or clients. This is really critical because this is where your production happens every day. And number 3 is 15 plus minutes of personal development material daily, each day. That would be listening to audiobooks or reading books or being on this webinar is another example. I also want to give a plug out to our Facebook Live page. We're actually broadcasting this webinar for the first time on Facebook Live. And I would like some of you to get on the webinar right now, actually to just check out Facebook and see if we're actually looking good, if the audio is clear, if you're able to see the slides go through on Facebook Live. So having said that, if you do these 3 things, you're going to be successful in your business. And we're going to go ahead and give some recognition to some people that have done these things, some people that are doing the DMO. You can tell because they're signing people up. The first thing is, the first one is welcome to our new clients. So welcome to Luis Gomez, new client introduced by actually Whitney and Luis. So it's Luis Gomez Sr., who is enrolled by Luis Gomez Jr. and Whitney Bedencourt. So congratulations, Whitney and Luis. Really proud of all the success and all the things you're doing. I heard that you brought 8 guests to a meeting. That is very exciting. Keep up the great work. Also, big welcome to Jody McBee, new client introduced by Renee and Megan Martinez. Way to go, Renee and Megan. Also, welcome Lorena Noriega, new client introduced by Claudia Zacharias. Way to go, Claudia, and welcome Lorena. Also welcome Bobby Vargas, new client introduced by Nena Galdiano. Welcome Bobby. Also welcome Ashley Van Camp, new client introduced by Phyllis Walker. Welcome Ashley. All right, so now we're going to go into some team recognition. And the team recognition is basically for the new associates that just got started. So let's go ahead and recognize some of the new associates. Welcome Stephanie Perez from San Antonio, Texas, new associate introduced by myself and my wife, Crystal. Welcome, Stephanie. We're excited to be working with you. I had a great time at your training yesterday. I think you're doing a great job already, even in your first hour, your first day, basically, with your business. And keep up the great work, Stephanie. We're really excited to be working with you. Also, big welcome to Benito Carrasco from Poteet, Texas, new associate introduced by Renee and Megan Martinez. Welcome, Benito. Great job, Renee and Megan. All right. Also, big special recognition to, well, thank you, Dad, for making this slide. We were the number 16 top earning Emerald directors in the company. And also big congratulations to all the team that helped us get there. We really appreciate all your hard work. And we want you to be there with us on these reports. And that's why we show them, because it's important for you guys to be on this list. It's important for us to be a good example for you to be on this list. All right, so let's go now to some big special announcements. Free BDS starter kits. The starter kits are happening through February 3rd. So now through February 3rd, you can get your associate that enrolls can have a free BDS, free business development system. That's a $30 value that they don't have to pay. They don't have to buy. So it's awesome because obviously if they just with a product order, they get to sign up. Okay, so the free BDS kits go through from now through February 3rd. So we have about 4 weeks to do that. So I would be taking advantage of that. Next is a really big incentive that's going on. USANA is celebrating 25 years with 25 years with a big incentive on. It's basically based off of your growth. So what that means is they look at your growth that you did last year from January 2nd through March 25th. So, for example, many of you are new. You've never been in the company. You weren't in the company last year. So that means you made $0 from January 2nd through March 25th. Now, if you grow your business the most in CVP, which is your dollars, through January 7th through March 31st, okay, so from now basically through the end of March, if your amount of growth is bigger than, let's say, mine, because me and my wife made money in last year, those time periods, then you'll be the winner. The top 25 people who grow the most over the last over that last base period are going to get a free all expense paid trip in the United States market. So that means that the newest associate watching this webinar can win, and then the oldest associate can win. Anybody can win, but you're going against yourself. You're trying to grow further than you grew in your last in the last first quarter of last year. So if that's confusing, contact myself or contact your USANA mentor so you can get that figured out, because you literally could win an all expense paid trip, and they're tracking right now. All right, another great a great announcement is the old Nutrimil is back. So we have chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. They're available in the 28 packs, so that's great because that's the single serve. And then they're also available in the bigger bags as well, which is better on your points. So either way, you can get your Nutrimil, and even strawberry is back for a limited time. So thank you, Dad, for making these wonderful slides. They're beautiful, and it really helps that we all know this. Also, guys, Challenge U is this week. This is it. This is the big Challenge U event. I can't wait to be there in San Antonio. It's we're going to start with a Thursday opportunity meeting at 7:30 at the La Quinta. So you want to be there. And then it's all day Friday and all day Saturday, 9 to 5, both days. And so this event is really going to be special. You're going to be hearing from basically top earners in the company, many $1 million club members, many 6-figure and beyond earners. If you haven't gotten your ticket yet, you can still get it, by the way. The late registration is $169. And you can even get a one-day pass if you can't go to Friday and Saturday for $69 a piece. I'm really excited. And for those of you that are going, we have some special incentives for those of you who are going to the Challenge U. So here's the first, well, I've already explained all of this. This is where it's going to be at the La Quinta Riverwalk. But here's the first incentive. So I hope you guys are taking notes, or you might want to screenshot this. But we're calling this the Team DSI Implementation Challenge Call Party. So so basically at the end of Challenge U, right? Like Challenge U's from 9 to 5, you're going to be so excited. You're going to have so many skills that when it gets to be 5 o'clock and the event's over, if you really want to be smart, you spend an hour making phone calls and getting 3-way calls set up, because that's going to really, can you imagine what's going to happen to your business if you get, 10 people to watch a USANA video on Friday night and 10 people to watch a video on Saturday night? Your business is going to grow like crazy at a Challenge U. So we're doing incentive. We want to reward the person who schedules the most 3-way calls with myself or Renee Martinez. And whoever gets the most 3-way calls out of those 2 days, you have to actually schedule the 3-way call, okay? They don't have to be executed. They just need to be scheduled. Whoever schedules the most 3-way calls will get dinner paid for on the Riverwalk Saturday night at our team dinner. We're all going to dinner on the Riverwalk, and the winner will be getting their dinner paid for. So I just wanted you guys to be aware of that. Be ready to make calls right after Challenge U on Friday and Saturday. And again, we're going to buy dinner for the person who gets the most three-way calls scheduled. Also, we have a social media challenge for you at Challenge U. Now, this is a really cool challenge that it's not just one winner. In fact, everybody can win. And this is called the Team DSI Social Media Challenge. So when you're at Challenge U, you're going to be meeting all of these great leaders. So if you can read there, it says how to qualify. So how to qualify. During Challenge U, take pictures with 8 or more USANA leaders. Post 1 picture per week for 8 weeks in a row on social media and share what you learned from that leader. And then use the hashtag DSI Challenge U. So why would we have you do this? Well, number one, it's important for you to go meet USANA leaders at Challenge U. You want to go interview them. And you know what you want to ask them? You don't want to ask them like, what's the secret to success? Because you're going to learn that. Here's what you want to ask. I hope you guys are writing this down. You want to ask, what was your hardest moment in USANA and how did you overcome it? Okay, that's what you want to ask. What was your hardest moment in USANA and how did you overcome it? And then take a picture with that leader and learn everything you can. Now you need to get at least 8 pictures with 8 leaders. And then you want to post 1 per week. You don't want to you don't want to overpost all on the same day. So this is actually going to take work, right? Like the first week out of Challenge U, you post a picture. The next week out of Challenge U, you post another picture. 3 weeks out of Challenge U, you post another picture with a story and the hashtag. If you do that 8 weeks in a row, you're going to qualify for a special social media training with Simon Chan, who's the founder of MLM Nation. He's literally a trainer of MLM professionals. Me and Crystal actually have hired Simon to be our coach. He's a world-renowned trainer. He travels all over the world, and we've actually contracted him to be available for a special social media training Monday, March 13th at 9 p.m. And only the people who do this, the social media challenge, are going to be invited to this webinar. So it's not for everybody. It's only for the people who take the social media challenge. All right. So, and those of you who are attending the Challenge U in Salt Lake City, you will also qualify for this, but instead of doing it for 8 weeks, you're going to do it for 6 weeks because everybody's going to have to do it by March 10th. So the Salt Lake City Challenge U team will also get a chance to be on this webinar. But that's a special webinar. Simon Chan literally charges over $1,000 a month for MLM coaching, okay? He's very in demand, and we have him on a personal Team DSI webinar, but only for our most committed. All right, so I want to challenge you to do those 8 posts and take advantage of this opportunity. All right, now Salt Lake City Challenge U is in about 3 weeks or 2 weeks now, and that's at the USANA home office. I know many of you in the Salt Lake market are going, and there'll probably be incentives happening as well. Through my parents, we'll be talking about that. But the thing about the Challenge U events is if you're not in Salt Lake City or if you're not in San Antonio, you need to fly to one of these. I mean, literally get yourself to Salt Lake City if it's too late to get yourself to San Antonio. Learn from the best and start your year off right. Okay, so this is really important. It's really important that you are able to do that. Okay, so now it's time for the Track WAPnWin celebration. This is an incentive that we're doing that's going to lead us into April. You notice how we're doing lots of incentives. Well, we do incentives because they work. They give you a fun thing to do while you're building your business. I know many of you are new. You haven't actually seen the incentives yet. So I'm going to explain this incentive really quickly. This incentive is all about the celebration, the big USANA celebrations happening in the second quarter of the year. They're going to happen in Texas, Illinois, Washington, New York, and California. And basically, you see the dates. Houston, March 4th in Espanol. There's going to be Washington, D.C., March 18th. Chicago, Illinois, March 25th. San Antonio, April 1st. And San Diego, April 8th. So if you know anybody in these cities, you definitely want to get them there. But if you don't live in one of these, you choose the city you want to go to and attend and go to the big celebration for the United States market. So the people that are playing so far through week 4, we have many people playing. Big congratulations to our top 3: Renee and Megan Martinez with 57 points, Carlos Gomez with 44 points, and Claudia and Tony Zacharias with 39 points. But this is anybody's game because there's 10 weeks left, so we're not even halfway through, and anybody can still win this. So even if you're brand new and you haven't started playing yet, you can still rise the ranks at this. And so you might be wondering, how can I play? How do I get points? You get points by doing a DMO tracker. You get points by registering for the US Celebration. You get points for rank advancing. You get points for posting your weekly action plan. So all this will get explained to you by your USANA mentor, because this might be a little overwhelming or confusing. But by basically doing the activities, by signing people up, you're going to get points. And the more points you win, the more cash. The more points you get, the more cash you win. All right. So consistent action creates consistent results. That's what we're shooting for. And the cash prizes: first place is $200, second place is $125, and third place is $75. But wait, there's more. If you are going to the event, the prizes double. So if you attend any of the celebration events, and you took first place, you'd get $400 cash. Second place would be $250 cash, and third place would be $150 cash. All right, so that's basically the options there. And just put on a winning smile and go get them. Today's forecast: 100% chance of winning. Lastly, before we get into the training, a friendly reminder: the USANA clients page. When you enroll a new client, make sure you add them to the USANA clients page. Make sure you make a post and make them feel special and important. When you enroll a new associate, make sure you you add them to the group, make a post, make them feel special and important. It's very critical that you build a community with your clients and your associates. Lastly, please comment. When you see somebody join, please comment. Good job, everybody, on commenting for Stephanie Perez when she signed up, and also Beto Carrasco. I noticed that we've had a lot of great signups, or a lot of great comments on these signups. So thank you guys for supporting the team and making everybody feel special and important when they start with their business. Also, hybrid solutions. When you enroll someone as an associate, you can add them to hybrid solutions. This is not a private Team DSI page. This is actually the USANA family at large. There's like 8,000 people. And one more special announcement. We have these new tools. We have a client welcome sheet, an associate welcome sheet, and a first hour checklist, all revamped. So save those links so that you know when you enroll your new client, you know the right sheet to give them, or you enroll your new associate. You got to be ready. All right, so now we're going to take a 5-second break, and then we're going to get into our training, which is the 21 Laws of Leadership. And we actually have one of our very top team members who's going to be covering the first 3 laws of leadership, Renee Martinez. So we're going to take a 5-second break, and then we'll be right back. Hello, my name is Jared Crebs. I'm pictured here with my wife, Crystal, and our dog, Tasia. We're in San Antonio, Texas. We're Emerald Directors and co-founders of Team DSI. And tonight's training, we have a very special guest, Mr. Renee Martinez, who is the founder of Team DSI South. And him and his wife, Megan, are pictured there. They're directors in USANA. They are great contributors, great leaders on our team. And you can tell because their team is growing. They have so many active associates. In fact, they have, I think, over 10 people going to the Challenge U, which is probably one of the most as far as new associates upcoming. We fully expect them to be 6-figure earners in the company. Silver Director is their next goal. We see that happening for sure right after Challenge U, if not very soon thereafter. Renee has a background in the oil field industry. But when he started his USANA business, he completely realized the power of a business like this, what it could do. And since then has basically just become one of the fastest growers in the United States market. So, Dad, could you please unmute Renee Martinez? And we want to bring him on the line. Are you there, Renee?
Hello, Jared. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. That was awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for being on the webinar. And I want to say big congratulations to you and your wife on qualifying as VIP status for the Challenge U that's coming up this weekend. You're going to enjoy ice cold Rev 3. You're going to sit in front of the room. You're going to be recognized on stage. You're going to get extra training at lunch, and lunch is paid for. So congratulations on all your success. We're really proud of you. And take it away. The floor is yours. Tell us about the first 3 laws of leadership.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jared. Okay. So I'm going to go over the first law of the 21 laws of leadership right now. And the first one is the law of the lid. And basically, that's the leadership's ability is the lid that determines the person's level of effectiveness. The higher the individual's ability to lead, the higher the lid. The lower the person's ability to lead, the lower the lid. And for that being the first one, that one could be very, very, very important, because for somebody that has a low ability, a low lid, if you run across a leader that is already higher than yourself, they're just going to look past you. They're not going to want to join your team. They're not going to be interested in anything you do or say, because they'll already be past where you're at. That's one reason why I'm always working on myself, bettering myself as a team leader, trying to tell my team that personal development is the most important thing that you can do, because you always have to work on yourself, because that's what it's all about, is making yourself a better leader. And going on to number 2, the law of influence. True measure of leadership is influencing nothing more, nothing less. I mean, influence is absolutely, necessary for being a leader. Basically, if somebody comes into my gym, Viper Elite Fitness, and they want to do a workout, and I can't influence them in the right way to want to work out, or I can't help them in the way they want to do it, influence is huge. I know for a fact that I would not be sitting here talking to everybody on this webinar if I didn't have the influence that I had, which is Jared Crebs. Even when I first started my business, I didn't come out the gate real fast. I came out kind of slow, and he was always there. He was always calling me. He was always influencing me. He was always telling me, hey man, this and that. And just being a very influential leader to me. And that definitely kept me in the game long enough to where I could realize, like he said, that this business is more than what people initially see it as. It's so much more. You can build it into, a 6-figure income, which I'm definitely going to do that. And I know a couple of people on my team are going to do that. And a lot of you, everybody that puts in time in doing this is going to do that eventually. You just have to make up your mind that you really want it, and that's all there is to it. And the third, which is very, very important, is the law of process. Leadership develops daily, not in a day. You always have to learn, develop, build. Never stop working on yourself. And the thing that comes to my mind whenever I hear the law of process, it's our process with our DMO, daily method of operation. It's a process. You have to do it every single day, and whenever you keep doing it, you get successful, because you keep doing it and stuff starts happening. People start signing up. People start saying yes. They start looking into the opportunity. They start seeing the team growing. They see the influential leaders that we're surrounded by. And yeah, the law process is huge. Even in the gym atmosphere, I know I go back to the gym again. That's another one of my passions besides USANA. It's a process. If somebody comes in off the street, oh yeah, I want to work out, I want to do this, I want to bench press 350 pounds. Well, you're not just going to do it in one day. It's a process. You have to work your way up to that. You have to start off small, and then you just get a little bit better. You get a little bit stronger. You keep going. You keep moving. You learn different ways to do it. You learn different styles. Everything. There's a lot a lot that has to do with the law process, and I definitely want to thank all of our leaders, Jared and your dad and Viola, everybody, for all the processes that we have with our Team DSI. I mean, our DMO process and our Trap WAPnWin process and all of our superscripts. Everything that we have is a process, and if you learn it, if you master it, it's like you can talk to people without even needing the paper in front of you. I remember when Jared Crebs told me, like, dude, you're going to get to where you don't even need them. You're not going to be reading them. It's just going to be flowing out of you. And it's true. If you work at it long enough, it's going to happen. If you really want it, it's going to happen. Just like I tell the people in the gym, if you really want something, just make it happen. Our slogan's nothing to it but to do it, and that goes good with USANA too. Nothing to it but to do it. And Jared, that's the first 3 laws. Are you still there?
I'm here. Thank you, Renee. That was really great. I like how you kept bringing it back to the gym, because it's so true. You know, physical fitness is basically about almost like a leadership process. You know, you got to go through that. And you have to I like what you said about the influence as well. You have to be able to influence people at your gym. You have to be able to influence people at your business. And if you can't influence people, then you have to develop that skill. So
yep. And all of these 21 skills, you can develop them. Nobody is born there's no natural born leader. Leaders are made. So I mean, everybody don't think that just because you're not good at one thing that you're never going to be able to do it. Everybody's better at some stuff than others, but as long as you're decent at all of these, you don't have to be the best. You just have to put time and effort into it.
Absolutely. Awesome, Renee. Thank you so much for going over the first 3 laws. We really appreciate it. Again, big congratulations on qualifying for the VIP status at Challenge U, and even more congratulations on the growth of your business, all the active associates and clients you have, and the change that you're making in people's lives. And thank you for all you do for our team. Thank you for how you encourage everybody, not just your team members, but all of Team DSI and all the USANA family. Thank you for being a great friend and a true team player. We appreciate you, man.
And I appreciate everything, and I just want to congratulate every single everybody that's on the webinar right now, because you're taking action, you're making it happen. I know everybody's busy, and this is what it takes.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thanks again, Renee. And one more thing, we're actually streaming this on Facebook Live right now, and I want to ask if you can send a text to Luis Gomez and ask if his mother was able to get on the Facebook Live feed, and as well as his, I think his sister and his aunt. We're all going to watch on Facebook Live. And thank you, Renee, again. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you for having me on.
All right. So to recap, and I'm going to take you through maybe about 10 minutes more worth of laws, and then we're going to wrap up the webinar. But to recap, if you haven't written these down, make sure you write them down. The first law was the law of the lid. Okay. And again, that's your leadership ability. The next one, it was the law of influence. Okay. And then the third one was the law of process. Now there's 21 of these laws, right? So I'm going to go through as many as I can, and then whatever I don't get through, we'll go through them next week. But the next law is the law of navigation. Okay, the law of navigation. So basically how that fits into Team DSI is we have navigated exactly what should happen in the first hour of your business. We have navigated what should happen in the first 24 hours of your business. We have navigated what should happen in the first 7 days of your business. We have navigated what should happen in the first 14 days. We're actually working on getting it out to the 21, 28, and then also the 90-day mark and the 365-day mark. Now, navigation is so important because if you don't know how to map out the direction of your associate, they're going to just flounder. You have to be that leader. And we've created the navigation for you, but when you enroll somebody, you got to execute that. You have to make sure that those meetings happen with your new associate. You got to make sure that your new associate knows how to get to the 3 business centers and on their auto order, and that they know about being on 200-point auto order instead of 100 if they can swing it. So these are things about navigation. So as a leader, you have to be able to navigate. And in the book, they actually talk about a guy who was navigating a trip to the South Pole. And one guy was like perfect at his planning and meticulous. And his group made it, and they were like the first people to make it to the South Pole in the world. And there was this group he was competing against who did not use the law of navigation, and ended up basically that second guy, his team actually died in the freezing cold because he did not properly navigate. Things went wrong, and they never made it back from the South Pole. So the law of navigation is almost like life and death. You have to know where you're going, and same with your clients. If you've noticed, we have navigation for your clients. We've provided the client tracking sheet, the first 5 steps for your client. So you have to navigate for your clients and for your associates. All right. Now let's go to the 5th law of leadership. The 5th law of leadership is the law of addition. Okay, so leaders add value by serving others. So what this means is that you have to keep adding value. When they say law of addition, it's not just about adding more clients and adding more associates. It's about adding more value to the associates and clients that you already have. How do we do that? You write them thank you cards. How do you do that? You give them phone calls every week for at least a few weeks to make sure they're taking their products right and they're getting results. How else do you add value? Why don't you text me? I'm waiting for some texts, or send me a Facebook message. Tell me what you do to add value to your team members, and I'll say it out here on the webinar. But you have to add value at all times. Like this webinar, for example, USANA doesn't make me do this webinar. I do it to add value to your business and to keep you on the cutting edge of what's going on. So you have to add value as many ways as possible. You know what else adds value? When you call people and you sing them happy birthday. Or when you go on Facebook and it's their birthday and you actually post a video like happy birthday, or just like little things like that. You keep adding value, and guess what? You're going to build a strong business of clients and associates. All right, because adding value changes lives. So make sure that you're focused on that when you're doing your business, and you're going to get a reputation for that. Lillian Galdiano says appreciation gifts and treat them to lunch. And I know that Lillian has done that because she actually gave a bottle of vitamin D to her client as an appreciation gift. Way to go, Lillian. I'm sure you're taking them to lunch as well, because I know you're a businesswoman and you're a natural born leader. It's awesome to see you really take USANA by the reins, and you're doing so amazing. All right, so now we're going to go to law number 6, which is the law of solid ground. Okay, so, my mom, Viola Krebs, says auto order reminder notes. That's certainly value, right? So they don't get some auto order that they're not expecting. All right, so the law of solid ground. Basically, the law of solid ground is you have to be like a rock in this business. In other words, most people are like a river. They sign up, they try it, they don't have too much discipline, they don't do much, Veronica Cade, last one here, add value by updating them on new products and webinars, keep them current. Absolutely, Veronica Cade. Thank you. So getting back to the law of solid ground, basically it's all about character. Character communicates consistency, character communicates potential, and character communicates respect. Okay, so what is character? Character is basically, character is a lot of things, but it's doing the right thing when nobody's looking. Making sure that your client, for example, knows about their auto order instead of just letting it go through. Also, character is a lot about consistency, because it's not easy always to contact someone and contact 2 new people a day. It's not easy to do that, but if you're doing it and you're starting to create results, and you're getting a reputation for being somebody who always has 3-way calls. I know who is keeping me busy. It's the people who have me on 3-way calls, those people, it's like, okay, I'm seeing consistency. I develop a high respect for the people that keep me busy on three-way calls, because that shows the law of solid ground. So, your people know when you make mistakes. The real question is whether you're going to fess up. If you do, you can often regain their trust. That's another thing, okay? So it's not always about being perfect. There's no perfect leader. When I make a mistake, I just apologize and I say, I fess up to it. I admit that I did it, and then that's how I can regain trust, right? So a leader builds trust by consistently exemplifying competence, connection, and character. So, people will forgive occasional mistakes, and they will give you time to connect, but they won't trust someone who has slips in character. All right, so that is basically the law of solid ground. It's about being consistent. It's about your people knowing that you're going to be in USANA a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. That is the law of solid ground. The people that sign up and then they drop out in a year, that they don't have, their clients can't trust them. Then their clients are like, where do I get my USANA from? Yeah, so that's a law of solid ground. Okay, now we're going to go to the law of respect. This is law number 7. I hope you guys are writing these down. So the law of respect, people naturally follow leaders stronger than themselves. Okay, so the law of respect is basically just that. It's people following leaders stronger than themselves. People don't follow others by accident. People who are an 8 in leadership don't go look to follow someone who's a 6 in leadership. They're going to naturally want to follow a 9 or a 10. All right. So the less skilled are going to follow the more highly skilled and gifted. All right. So especially in USANA, if you want to attract good people, you have to raise your leadership. And everybody is at some certain level of leadership just by their past, right? Some people have a lower level of leadership. Some people have a higher level of leadership. But the real question is, how do you increase your leadership? Well, here's how you increase your leadership. You increase your leadership by consistency. You increase your leadership by working hard, by building your reputation, by being disciplined, by doing all the things basically people don't want to do. You develop your leadership and your respect. Carlos Gomez has lost 50 pounds. Shout out to you, Carlos Gomez, because that shows a lot of consistency. You've been working on your health, and you're developing a leadership level to help people lose weight. You're also building a team with your leadership level, because now you have a story. Also, I want to shout out to Luis Gomez and Whitney Bedencourt for having 8 guests at their mixer on Saturday. 8 guests, man, that's law of respect right there, because you got people to show up. Now the challenge is that consistency and using the 3-way calls and the expert and the things that we talked about. I could give shout outs to everybody that's on this webinar, because the fact that you're on this webinar means that you're growing. It means that you're taking action in your business. So the law of respect, again, you just got to know that you have to increase your leadership if you're going to enroll better and better people, because everyone you enroll is going to be basically one level less of a leader than you. That's how it works. People follow someone stronger than them. Okay, guys, so it's 8:40. We've completed our training segment for tonight. We're going to finish. We'll probably do this in 3 parts. So we'll do the next 7 laws of leadership next week. I highly encourage you to get this on audiobook. Go to Audible, start listening to the 21 laws of leadership. Me and Renee Martinez are doing that right now. But again, that's the very best thing you can do. Start listening to the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, or go purchase the book, and you can obviously start reading it. But the more leadership you have, the bigger of a business you're going to build, the more people you're going to help, the more money you're going to make, the more fun you are going to have. And you're going to be basically following a system of leadership that is just undeniable. It's proven that it works. So thank you for being on this webinar. I look forward to hearing from you and how you're succeeding with the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. Now we're going to finish the webinar by just doing some final announcements. Pull out your calendar, guys. Let's get ready for 2017. Challenge You, again, we've already mentioned this, the 12th through the 14th of the La Quinta River Walk. Registration is $129. Challenge You, January 26th through the 28th at the USANA home office. If you're not in either one of these states, then make sure that you get to Challenge You, and you fly there. If it's too late for you to get to San Antonio, fly to Salt Lake City, and guess what? You'll get to take a tour of the USANA home office. So obviously that's going to be awesome as well. Also, the Sweet Retreat is going on. Actually, that's in about 4 weeks, February 2nd through the 4th. You ladies, I know you're getting ready for your Sweet Retreat. You're going to have an awesome time. You're going to hear from the top female leaders in the company. If you want to go to Phoenix with my mother and my wife, my mother-in-law, and all the great team, the female leaders from Team DSI, please contact them or contact me, and I can put you in contact with them, and we'll get you information. You can find roommates. You can make this thing work for you. But imagine hearing from the top women entrepreneurs in USANA. That's what you get at the Sweet Retreat, and it's the best bonding event as well for ladies in the company. Also, we have in Las Vegas, March 2nd through the 4th, the Successful Top Women in Network Marketing. And Stephanie Giles and Viola Krebs are going to Vegas. Who wants to go with them? I believe Randy Krebs is going as well. So you want to meet my parents and Stephanie Giles in Vegas and have an amazing time learning from the top women leaders in our industry? That's what you're going to get. Also, mark your calendar for the Spanish market. If you know anyone who speaks Espanol, especially if they're bilingual, because they're building probably the English market and the Spanish market. But the 4th of March in Houston, Texas, the United States USANA Celebration is going to be there. March 18th in Washington, D.C. March 25th, Chicago, Illinois. April 1st, San Antonio. April 8th, San Diego. And again, if you're not in any of these cities, you choose the one you want to go to. Have an amazing, amazing time learning from the best in the United States market during the second quarter of the year. And then we got the most important event of the entire year, which is International Convention, August 16th through the 19th. And that event is our 25th anniversary. That's our silver anniversary in USANA. During the 20th anniversary, they gave out free iPads. Not kidding. It was an Oprah moment. Everybody in the whole place got iPads. So this event, I don't know if they're going to give out iPads. It wouldn't surprise me. But the main thing is that you're going to be at the biggest event of the year. There are literally people from all 20 countries are going to be there. The event's already sold out. So if you don't have a ticket, you have to get it on the black market. You have to go on Facebook to get your ticket. All right. So this is just again, mark your calendars, August 16th through the 19th. We usually fly on Tuesday and we fly home on Saturday. Okay. Next is look at all the people already registered for convention. I'm like so proud of you guys. We have over 50 people registered for convention right now. Keep up the great work, guys. And those of you who are not registered, we need to find you a ticket. So we're going to start focusing on that. It's $200 for a ticket, and you can start putting money aside. If you go to any event this year, that's the most important one, International Convention. Success on the Beach, mark your calendars, November 8th through the 12th, 5 days in Punta Cana with your USANA family. That's going to be an amazing event. And you can win that. And if you go to that link at the bottom, puntacana.teamdsi.info, you'll see that you can win that event and how you can win that trip, or you can pay your own way, either way. And then go ahead and mark your calendar for November 16th through the 18th, GoPro. And this is where you're going to hear from Eric Worre himself, Mr. GoPro, Tony Robbins, the thought leader, and Pitbull, the entertainer. He's also a top entrepreneur. Not only those three, you're going to hear from several top leaders in the entire network marketing industry. They only allow you on stage if you're making 6 figures a month, not 6 figures a year, 6 figures a month. So big congratulations to everybody who's already purchased their ticket. There's payment plans available. This is obviously the most expensive event of the year, but it's also the most unique because it's not a USANA event. It's actually an event about entrepreneurship. And I can tell you, it took me to the next level this last time we did it. So that's Vegas in November. You Texas associates, get ready. That's actually an old slide. This Thursday is going to be at Challenge You. It's going to be at the La Quinta downtown. Be ready. Be there at 6:30 so you can introduce people. Don't wait till you get till the event starts at 7:30. Get there at 6:30. And it's going to be at La Quinta downtown. Utah USANA Associates, Randy and Viola Krebs are going to be speaking this Thursday, January 5th. Be ready, guys. In the Salt Lake market, you're going to hear from Randy and Viola Krebs, who are executive gold directors, top leaders in the United States market. And they're on this webinar right now. And I'm honored to call you my parents. I'm so proud of you, Mom and Dad. Thank you for all you do for the team. And thank you for speaking at convention or at this USANA. It's actually the 12th. Sorry, Thursday, January 12th. We need to fix the slide there. All right. So Washington, Oregon, and Idaho Associates. There's a mixer Wednesday, January 18th. And it's going to be at the Hampton Inns. So that's going to be hosted also by Executive Gold Directors, Randy and Viola Krebs. Awesome, Mom and Dad. I didn't know you guys are going to be in Oregon. So if you're in the Oregon market, y'all need to go see Randy and Viola Krebs. You're going to learn a ton. They're experts. Lastly, this is a picture of the bins I keep in the trunk of my car. Always be prepared. I show you this because I want you to be prepared. When you go to your mixers, always have your forms printed. Always have your computer. When you go to any training, especially with a USANA mentor, your mentor, you got to show up with your computer. You got to have all your copies. You got to be ready to go. It's real important that you have that you're that leader, because one day you're going to be taking people through the process. And we expect that everybody goes pro. And that's how you get your income up there, is by taking it to one level deeper. All right. So we finished the webinar, and we are done with about 13 minutes to spare. So I always like to open it up for questions and or comments. So we have a lot of people on the line tonight. And let's just, first of all, text me if you have a question or a comment. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and call on some people that are on the webinar right now. Okay, there's a lot of people on. I'm not sure which phone numbers are which here, but let's go with the 361 area code first. I just unmuted you. Welcome to the webinar. What was the highlight for you? A 361-500 number?
Yes, I just unmuted myself. This is Abilene. How are you, Jared?
Oh my gosh, Abilene.
How are you doing?
Welcome to the webinar.
Thank you.
What was the highlight for you tonight?
The highlight was, well, I mean, I am back. It's been a while, but it was the consistency in going over the 21 laws of leadership. So besides, that was like the biggest one for me, obviously. So and the law of navigation. So it's that responsibility as a leader of, it kind of ties into the influence and how you're influencing people around you, but not just influencing them, but navigating them with direction. So I think those are the two biggest things that I'm taking with me tonight.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on the webinar, Abilene. It's great to hear your voice, and here's to a great 2017 in your business.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Lillian Galdiano in San Antonio. I think you have to unmute yourself if you're able to there, Lillian. All right. Let's see here. I'm not sure who's who, but we got a lot of people on the line. Let's go to a caller here, an 830-783 number. I just unmuted you. Welcome to the webinar.
Hi, Jared.
Oh, is this Claudia?
Yes, this is Claudia.
Hey, Claudia, what was the highlight for you on the webinar tonight?
Well, there were several things, but the one that stuck out to me the most was the one about law of respect and how people will follow leaders stronger than themselves. And so I want to focus on building myself up as a leader so that I'll be able to lead anybody, no matter what level of leadership they're at. I mean, if they themselves are a leader, maybe I'd be able to lead a leader.
Absolutely.
So that's something that I want to work on.
Absolutely, 100%. Well, and the way that you build your leadership is what you're doing. You're so consistent. You do your weekly action plan every week. You're constantly contacting new people. You're at every mixer. You're at every event. You compound that by month after month after month, after year, and you've created that consistency. And you'll have the track record. Your business is growing on both legs.
Mm-hmm.
So you're well on your way, and you're already a great leader. So I'm really proud of you, though, for raising your leadership level.
Thank you, Jared.
Of course. All right. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Let's go to the 210-665 number. I just unmuted you. Welcome to the webinar.
Hello, this is
Hello.
Lewis.
Oh, Lewis and Whitney. Hey, what were the highlights for you on the webinar tonight?
I really like the influence, because that's kind of like what you were telling me earlier about the expert.
Yeah.
And process, we need to get the process more down. So those two really stuck out the most with us, is the process and the influence. And, and also solid ground. Keep a solid ground. Let them know that we ain't going to give up on it. And if they know we ain't going to give up, then it'll make them trust us more.
Oh, 100%. Because
and the three-way calls too, because after what we did earlier with the three-way call, after this webinar, we're gonna start setting up more, like a couple three-way calls with people. We'll let you know, or Renee.
Okay.
Some dates.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're gonna do it, bro. Starting tonight. Starting at 9:30.
Yeah.
Or if we don't have any tonight, we'll do them tomorrow. But yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Hey, it was really a pleasure talking to you before the webinar, and I'm excited for what we got going, man. I'm really proud of you and Whitney. Great job.
Thank you.
Hey, was your mom able to get on the Facebook Live, and your aunt?
No, I've been trying to get a hold of them, but they didn't respond.
Okay, no problem. It's actually being recorded on Facebook Live, so they can go back and watch it.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, guys, have a good night.
You too.
All right, let's go to Rick Walker in.
Your line is now unmuted.
Phyllis.
Hey, Jared. Yes. Hi.
What was the highlight for you tonight?
Thank you for using our meeting.
What's that?
What was the highlight?
Hello? My highlight was listening to Renee give part of the, as being a speaker tonight. I'm very proud of him. And the other part was, pardon me?
Mine too.
The other part was the fifth law of addition, about keep adding value to your clients. I don't think I do that enough. I do it somewhat, but there is a lot to do to keep a client active and interested. And I need to do that a little better. And on law number 1, I did not hear it because I'm in Tennessee. There was some breakup of you talking and then Renee talking. So what was the first law?
Okay, Phyllis, I had to mute you because there's a really bad echo and I'm not sure why. But the first law was the law of the lid. And that's the leadership influence, basically. That's the first law, the law of the lid. And you need to raise your lid to be able to influence more people. So I'm sorry that we can't go back and forth here because of the echo, and I'm not sure why that happens. But thank you, Phyllis, for being on the line. And from Tennessee, you're even on your vacation and you're on the webinar. I'm real proud of you. You also got your weekly action plan done and you're on vacation. Way to go, Phyllis. Thank you for being on the webinar. Thank you for leading by example. That is true leadership. Okay, let's go to Renee Martinez. He had a comment. Renee, I just unmuted you. What was the highlight for you tonight?
What's that, Jared? Oh, yeah, my comment is for anybody that's not a part of my team, DSI South. I know there's a lot of people on here. You were talking about doing the three-way calls. If you want to write my number down, it's 210-244-3124, and I will talk to, if I'm available, I'll talk to anybody on a three-way call. I'll help anybody. It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody directly with me.
Awesome, Renee. Thank you. That's very generous of you.
And also, Phyllis, thank you so much for the compliment. I totally probably turned red and everything, and I was so nervous, but you got to do stuff that you're uncomfortable doing whenever you want to be a leader.
Awesome. Thank you, Renee, and great job. You did amazing on those first 3 laws.
Thanks for pushing me to do it.
Are you up to do laws 7, 8, and 9 next week?
Absolutely. I'll have more time to prepare other than a couple of hours.
Awesome. Hey, and next week we'll get you on a computer too, because it's kind of muffled. So we'll work that out.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Renee. All right. Let's go to area code 210-279. I just unmuted you. Welcome to the webinar. I just unmuted you, area code 210-279.
Hey, Jared.
Hey, who's this?
This is Steph.
Steph. How are you?
Stephanie. Good.
Stephanie Perez, welcome to your very first webinar. What was the highlight for you tonight?
Everything, actually. I didn't think there were so many laws for a business.
Right?
Yes, but I liked every one of them. I am going to consider in achieving and using all of them while I start my business with USANA.
Absolutely. I'm very proud of you, Stephanie. You hit the ground running. You already got 3-way calls happening. You're already going to challenge you. Big congratulations on such a strong start.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, let's go to Luis Sanchez in San Antonio, Texas. What was the highlight for you tonight, Luis?
First, I'd like to say I liked hearing Renee be able to give the first 3. I thought that was great to see someone else have an opportunity to, to share in the webinar, just like you do. That's awesome.
Yes.
And, I like the law of the lid. What do you have to say about that? That was pretty cool because it's kind of eye opening. You know what I mean? To know that you have to be. That it is you are limiting yourself in a sense, so you gotta grow to see other people grow, because then you know what I mean. Then you're limiting yourself. You have that lid.
Yeah, 100%.
That was, yeah. So I like that. It was pretty informative.
Awesome, Luis. Well, I can tell you're growing, bro. Every day you're taking action. Every day you're learning more. You're definitely raising that lid in your life and in your business. So keep up the great work.
Thank you, Jared. Appreciate it.
Of course, bro. All right, let's go to phone number 210-315. I just unmuted you. Welcome to the webinar. Area code 210-315. Who's on the line? They may have walked away. Okay.
No, it's me. It's Veronica. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, Veronica. We can hear you.
I apologize. I'm driving home, so I'm hitting some bad connection spots. But I really appreciated what you said about just being prepared. I didn't get to hear a lot of the laws. I missed Renee's part, but just knowing what it takes to be prepared. If I go with my mentor somewhere, be prepared to follow through, jump in, take action. So that's something that I'm personally going to work on, having my laptop and copies made and being ready to go.
Awesome. Yeah, that's right. Starting tomorrow at 11 a.m., right?
That's right. I'm getting there. I'm getting ready. I'm going to get it all lined out.
Awesome. I'm excited for our meeting tomorrow, and absolutely, I know you're going to be ready. We're going to call a lot of the phone numbers in your list that you've made, so we're going to have a blast.
Excellent. I'm ready to work.
All right. Well, thanks, Veronica. Thanks for all your great comments on Facebook this week as well, and congratulations on making such a jump in the WAPnWin competition. I was very impressed.
Me too. Thank you so much for that correction. You really boosted my spirits at work today.
Oh, awesome. Glad to hear it. All right. We'll see you tomorrow with Claudia.
Sounds good.
All right. Okay. I think we've gone through everybody. I don't know if we're able to unmute. Oh, Lillian, you're able to be unmuted. Yes. What was the highlight for you tonight? Lillian Galdiano in San Antonio.
For me, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, the one that stood out to me the most was the law of navigation, being able to navigate through the steps when you enroll someone and to be able to guide your new associates and clients. That's pretty amazing to have, and I appreciate all the hard work that you've put into that for us.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's my pleasure, and it's just awesome to see someone so committed to following the system and making it work and learning it like you. And it really is a pleasure talking to you every day. I totally love our working relationship and our friendship. So thank you for being so awesome, Lillian.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Thank you. All right, and did I already go to 210-665? I just unmuted you, 210-665. If I did.
Hello? Yeah,
yes.
It's me and Whitney.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna probably memorize your number from this. So thanks, Lewis and Whitney. All right. Did I go to 210-279? I just unmuted you, 210-279.
Yes, it's me, Steph.
Oh, Steph. Thank you, Steph. Sorry, I'm just so confused with all the numbers. I'll be calling you after. We got a three-way call at 9:30.
Okay.
Thank you, Steph. Okay, the final number, final call, or the final comment goes to Randy Viola Krebs, Executive Gold Directors in Salt Lake City. What was the highlights for you?
I think the highlight for me was I'm excited to see the pictures on Facebook of all the people at Challenge U with the leaders and posting one every week and telling what they learned. And in Salt Lake City, we're going to have that same incentive. So I think that's an exciting thing that we've not done before, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thanks, Mom. Great comment. Absolutely. And what a great idea from Simon Chan today on our coaching call, right?
Yeah, that was. You know, I too also was enjoyed hearing Renee talk the first three laws. It is, you know, a little bit nerve-wracking to be on a webinar, go live, and talk about the book that you're reading right now. But great job, Renee. I really appreciated hearing it. The first three laws with your interpretation and tying it back into what to your gym. That was pretty awesome. And again, all 7 laws or all 21 laws are very, very important. I remember reading this book probably 12 years ago, back in my aerospace days. So it's a book that applies what we're all trying to grow into.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, thank you, Mom and Dad. I really appreciate all your hard work, especially on preparing these slides. Thank you for all you do for the team. Thank you for being there for me in every way. We love you and appreciate you, and hope you have an awesome night. Okay, so we're going to unmute the lines, and we're going to have everyone say good night and God bless.
Good night and God bless everybody.
Good night. Good night. God bless.
Good night,
Good night, everyone.
God bless.
Okay, awesome webinar.